Dear students, through this video, we are going to start Chapter 6, Staffing. After planning and organizing, the next function performed by manager is staffing. Now, the question is, what is staffing? Once you have decided about your objectives and you have decided about the number of departments in your organization, the structure of your organization, now the next function is staffing. Staffing consists of manpower planning, recruitment, selection, training, compensation, promotion, and maintenance of managerial personnel. That means in staffing, what you are going to do, you are going to decide what kind of employees you need, how you will get those employees, how you are going to select them, how you will provide them training, what kind of compensation should be given to them, how to promote them, and how to maintain them in the organization. So staffing is a vast term. Staffing involves finding right person for the right job, having the right qualification, doing the right job at the right time. That means you have to find out a person which is suitable for the job as per the qualification and who can do the work appropriately at the required time. This is the function of staffing. So बच्चे, staffing is the most important function of an organization. If the employees are hardworking, they are efficient, they are the best asset for the organization. अगर आपके employees hardworking हैं तो आपका वो best asset है, because आप ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में रिसोर्सेज, फिजिकल रिसोर्सेज अरेंज कर सकते हो, बट जो एफर्ट्स हैं, सक्सेस है, दैट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द ह्यूमन रिसोर्स इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सो ब्रिंगिंग राइट पर्सन फॉर द राइट जॉब is most important for the staffing, for the organization. Then we have importance, need or benefits or advantages of staffing. First point of importance is filling the roles by obtaining competent personnel. That means in staffing, we are going to fill the vacant job position. And how we are going to fill the vacant job position? By finding out a competent person, eligible person for that particular job. There will be no use of job position unless and until they are occupied by employees, and it is through staffing function only that we are going to find out the best suitable employee for the organization. Now second thing is placing right person at the right job. That means we have to see the performance of the employees. If you want to ensure that your organization should perform well, efficiently, then you have to place right person at the right job. That means according to the required qualification of the job, the human resource is to be appointed. Next is growth of enterprise. By adopting efficient staff, staffing ensures continuous survival and growth of the enterprise. Growth of the enterprise depends upon the efficient staff. Optimum utilization of human resources with the help of staffing function through manpower planning, through job analysis, we come to know what kind of employees are required in the organization, how many employees are required in the organization. So if there will be overstaffed in the department or understaffing in the department, we can manage that accordingly. अगर बच्चे overstaff है तो आप अपने employees को transfer कर सकते हो from one branch to another. अगर understaff है, then you can arrange more staff for the organization. Then is helps in competing. Two organizations can easily acquire same type of physical and financial resources. You can purchase same type of machinery, you can purchase same type of equipment, but if you want to compete with the other, if you want to win over other, your human resource is the best asset with you. So that with the help of efficient staff, the organization can compete with others or with the competitors. Then improve job satisfaction and morale of employees, because in staffing does not only mean that we have to hire the employees, but in staffing we are considering how to motivate the employees, how to provide them training, how to promote them, how much compensation to be paid to them. So all these activities helps in motivating the employees, and by motivating them, their morale is improved. Then key to effectiveness of other function. If you want to perform other functions effectively, then your staff should be efficient, because बाकी जो staffing के बाद next functions है, they are to be performed by the employees only. So these are the important points of importance or benefits of the staffing function. Now we have staffing process. बच्चे, once again, staffing process, it involves lot of steps. It is a type of activity in which lot of steps are to be performed. These steps are, first step is estimating manpower requirement. Staffing process begins with the estimation of manpower requirement. That means finding out number and type of employees needed by the organization in the near future. How many employees are needed, what kind of employees are needed, what kind of qualification they must have. This is known as the manpower requirement. And manpower requirement not only means what number, rather type. Type का बच्चे again मैं आपको बता रही हूँ, it's based on qualification. हमें किस qualification का, किस background का, educational background के employees की requirement है. So we are performing 3 steps in this: workload analysis, workforce analysis, and then comparison. First is workload analysis. Workload analysis, this requires finding number एंड टाइप ऑफ एम्प्लॉयज़ रिक्वायर्ड टू परफॉर्म द जॉब. मतलब हमें एक्चुअली ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में वर्क करने के लिए कितने एम्प्लॉयज़ की ज़रूरत है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन द वर्कलोड एनालिसिस वी केम टू नो वी नीड 25 एम्प्लॉयज़ टू वर्क इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, राइट. देन इज वर्क फोर्स एनालिसिस. वर्क फोर्स एनालिसिस मीन्स हाउ मेनी एम्प्लॉयज़ आर एक्चुअली वर्किंग इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, जो हमारे साथ वर्क कर रहे हैं. सो हाउ मेनी पोजिशंस आर ऑक्यूपाइड बाई देम. सो सपोज ऑलरेडी 15 persons are working in the organization, so that will be workforce analysis. And then comes comparison. And while doing workforce analysis, बच्चे will check them also कि how many of them are overburdened or underburdened also. Then is comparison. Once we are done with the workload analysis and workforce analysis, the manager will compare both the numbers, both as excess of workload over workforce. अगर आपका workload ज़्यादा है, requirement ज़्यादा है, that means you need to appoint new staff. If workforce is more, then you need to either remove the previous staff or you have to transfer the staff from your one department to another department. So both overstaffing and understaffing are undesirable. We have to maintain a balance between these terms, right? So workload analysis, then workforce analysis, and then comparison. These are the 3 parts of first step, estimating manpower requirement. Then the next step is bache recruitment. Recruitment means the process of inducing the people to apply for the job in the organization. Now people are supposed to apply for the job. So after assessing कि हमने once we have come to know how many employees are required in the organization, what type of employees are required in the organization, now we want more and more people should apply for the job, because जितने ज़्यादा लोग जॉब के लिए अप्लाई करेंगे बच्चे, उसमें से हमारे लिए बेस्ट कैंडिडेट को चूज़ करना ज़्यादा हमें मतलब बेस्ट कैंडिडेट मिलेगा. हमारे पास ज़्यादा ऑप्शंस होंगी तो विल गेट द बेस्ट आउट ऑफ देम. सो इन ऑर्डर टू फुलफिल द रिक्वायरमेंट फ्रॉम इनसाइड, अगर आपने अपने इनसाइड मतलब विद इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन यू हैव टू फुलफिल द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रिक्वायरमेंट, देन ईदर यू विल गो फॉर द ट्रांसफर्स और यू विल गो फॉर द प्रमोशंस, बिकॉज इट इज़ क्वाइट इकोनॉमिकल एंड फास्ट ऑल्सो. अगर आपने बाहर से करना है तो बच्चे देयर आर मेनी अदर मेथड्स लाइक लेबर कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स आर देयर, एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज आर देयर, प्लेसमेंट एजेंसीज आर देयर, कैंपस रिक्रूटमेंट इज देयर, दैट वी आर गोइंग टू study in detail in the further part of this chapter. Then the next step is recruitment के बाद selection. Once you receive the applications, now you will choose the most suitable candidate to fill the vacant job position. And selection is done through a process which involves test, interviews, etc. And ये सब बच्चे अभी हम इसमें आगे further एक selection का separate process पढ़ेंगे, right? And in selection, number of selected candidate is less than the number of candidates recruited. जितनी हमें applications आई होती हैं बच्चे, उसमें से हम select limited को करते हैं. Suppose application 120, 130, 150 आएंगी, we are going to select out of them 75, 60, जो भी हमें as per the requirement they are suitable, educational requirement. The main purpose, main objective of selection is to select the best among the available and to make selected candidate realize that how seriously things are done in the organization, right? Then comes placement and orientation. Once selection is done, आपको choose कर लिया that you are going to hire this particular employee. So now you will tell him the post, which post he is going to occupy, for which post he has been selected. After selection, the employee is given appointment letter and is asked to occupy the vacant position. And orientation means introduction to the introduction of new employees to the previous employees with the organization. बच्चे introduction orientation कराने का motive सिर्फ ये होता है that the employee should not feel shy while working in the organization. He should feel the organization as his own organization only, right? Then comes training and development. In order to improve the competency of the employees, to motivate them, it is necessary that the organization should provide them training and development opportunities also. It will help the employees to reach at the top position and their skills will be improved. Organization may arrange in-house training, that is training can be given to them while working in the organization only, or they can provide for the out-house training, that means giving them off from the work and providing them training. So it depends upon organization and the way type of machineries they are handling. But just some other organizations, some other steps in the staffing process are performance appraisal. After taking training and performing the job for some time, there is a need of employees performance check करना बच्चे कि कहाँ stand कर रहा है employee. So performance appraisal means evaluating the performance of employee against some standard. हमें एक standard performance सामने रखनी है और हमने देखना है क्या ये इस performance के सामने कहीं stand कर रहा है या नहीं कर रहा है. So superiors will prepare a feedback on the basis of that standard performance. Then is promotion and career planning. Promotion refers to being placed to higher job position with more pay, more job satisfaction and more responsibility. And बच्चे performance appraisal के feedback के basis पे ही हम employees को promotion provide करते हैं, and sometimes we provide them opportunities for further higher job positions also. Then is compensation. That means providing wages or salaries to the employees according to the work done by them. It includes pays, reward and other kinds of incentives which are being given to employees. They include direct as well as indirect payment. Direct payments होती है बच्चे wages और salaries, and indirect payments होती है other facilities, जैसे हम मेडिक्लेम कराते हैं employees का, housing facility provide करते हैं employees को, या employees के children के लिए education sponsor करते हैं, all these things, right? And direct incentives are of two types. It may be performance based, it may be time based. Time based बच्चे जब आपको हम time के अकॉर्डिंगली डेली वीकली मंथली सैलरीज पे करते हैं, नॉर्मल जो क्राइटेरिया कंपनीज फॉलो करती हैं. एंड सम टाइम परफॉर्मेंस बेस्ड होता है जहाँ पे आप जितना आउटपुट दोगे, जितनी आप प्रोडक्शन प्रोड्यूस करोगे, उसके बेसिस पे यू विल बी गेटिंग द रिवॉर्ड. दैट इज कॉल्ड परफॉर्मेंस बेस्ड incentive or compensation. So the processes, steps in the process of staffing are estimating manpower requirement, recruitment, selection, placement or orientation, training and development, performance appraisal, promotion and career planning, and compensation. Now we have components or elements or aspects of staffing. These are recruitment, selection, training. These three components form the process of staffing. So we'll discuss them one by one. What is recruitment? Inducing or attracting more and more candidates to apply for the vacant job position in the organization, where you are inducing the outsiders or within the people working in the organization that they should apply for the vacant job position in the organization, is known as recruitment. In simple words, search for candidates who can perform the vacant roles and induce them to apply for them. That means आपने अपने eligible candidates को find out करना है और उनको motivate करना that they should apply for the job. Why recruitment is important, बच्चे? Because we want to choose the best candidate, and if you want to choose the best candidate, you should have maximum numbers of large number of application so that you can get the best out of them. There are two main important sources of recruitment. These are internal sources of recruitment and external sources of recruitment. We are going to discuss about these sources one by one. First is internal source of recruitment. Internal source of recruitment बच्चे means we are fulfilling the job positions from within the organization. मतलब जो employees हमारी organization में work कर रहे हैं, out of them only we are choosing the employees to work for the vacant job position. And the main benefits of these source of recruitment is बच्चे इट इज़ इकोनॉमिकल, बिकॉज आपको बाहर से कोई एम्प्लॉय को हायर नहीं करना, कोई प्रोसेस फॉलो नहीं करना, आपने सिंपल पर्सन को वन जॉब से सेकंड जॉब पे ट्रांसफ़र या प्रमोट करना है. देन मोटिवेट द एग्जिस्टिंग एम्प्लॉयज़. बच्चे जब हम अपने इंटरनल एम्प्लॉयज़ को प्रमोट करते हैं, सो दे गेट मोटिवेटेड कि हाँ उनको हायर पोजीशन मिली है, दे फील हैप्पी. लेस अमाउंट टू बी स्पेंट ऑन ट्रेनिंग बिकॉज दे आर फेमिलियर विद द वर्क, नो नीड ऑफ प्रोवाइडिंग दैम ट्रेनिंग. एम्प्लॉयज़ आर फेमिलियर विद द रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन, दैट ऑल्सो सेव्स टाइम. इम्प्रूव परफॉर्मेंस employees because they feel motivated and then they give much more efforts than earlier they were giving. Then employees get training in job rotation. जब हम job rotation करते हैं, person को transfer करते हैं from one job to another, it ultimately provides training to them. बच्चे जब आप different kinds of work करते हो, you get training in that particular work. And surplus employees can be shifted. If there will be surplus employees in any of the department, they can be shifted from one department to another, right? Then we have drawbacks of internal recruitment. The first drawback is no fresh or new idea will come. But obviously, if you are arranging the employees from within the organization, so already आप उनके ideas, उनके opinion को utilize कर रहे हो, so there will be no fresh idea or no fresh opinion in the organization. Limited choice, आपके पास choice limited होगी because आपने from within the organization you are to choose the employees. So जितने work कर रहे हैं 20, 25, 30 आपको उसमें से choose करना है out as compared to outside people. Not suitable for new organization because new organization में already limited number of persons are working. So if you need to arrange sources, you have to hire from outside only. And frequent transfers may reduce productivity of employees. बच्चे sometimes it happens कि बार बार transfer करने की वजह से employees का इंटरेस्ट जो है वर्क से फिनिश हो जाता है बिकॉज कभी वो एक टाइप का वर्क कर रहा है फिर वो दूसरी तरह का वर्क कर रहा है फिर तीसरी तरह का. सो दे डू नॉट गिव देयर वर्क 100%. उनकी प्रोडक्टिविटी रिड्यूस हो जाती है. देन वी हैव कॉमन मेथड्स ऑफ internal recruitment. There are two main methods of internal recruitment. These are transfer and promotion. So what is transfer? Transfer means shifting of employees from one job position to other at the same level of authority. Means आपकी responsibility में, authority में, pay scale में there will be no change. आपको सिर्फ एक डिपार्टमेंट से दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट में शिफ्ट किया जा रहा है. That is called transfer. So there will be no change in the rank, there will be no change in the responsibilities, and there will be no change in the pay scale. Only the place of working is changed. For example, transfer of clerk from accounts department to purchase department, right? Then we have promotion. What is promotion? Promotion refers to shifting of employees. Shift karna hai from one job position to another, but the other position will be of higher level. You will be getting high opportunities, high responsibilities, high pay scale. So आपका authority level भी increase होगा, rank भी increase होगा, and your pay scale will also be increased. And example is promotion of clerk from clerk to accountant post, promotion of a primary teacher to secondary teacher. So this is called promotion, right? So there are two main sources of internal recruitment. These are transfer and promotion. Now next is external source of recruitment. External source of recruitment means when the candidates from outside the organization, they are invited to fill the vacant job position. This is known as external source of recruitment. And in this word बच्चे, when organization meets its manpower from outside world, outside से organization के बाहर से आप करते हो तब आप external को follow करते हो. And for external recruitment बच्चे, large number of job positions are vacant, तब हम इसको फॉलो करते हैं. जब हमें लगता है कि हम एक दो पोजीशंस खाली हैं, वी कैन अरेंज फ्रॉम इनसाइड ओनली. बट अगर लार्ज वेकेंट पोजीशंस आर देयर, बहुत सारी पोजीशंस एम्प्टी हैं, देन वी नीड टू हायर फ्रॉम आउटसाइड ओनली. व्हाट आर द बेनिफिट्स? फर्स्ट इज fresh talent. With the external recruitment, fresh or new talent come to the organization. Wider choice, आपके पास बहुत ज़्यादा choices बढ़ जाएंगे because lot of people from outside will apply for the job. Qualified personnel, because of external recruitment आपको much better, much qualified और trained employees मिल सकते हैं. Latest technological knowledge, because fresh blood will come inside the organization with the latest knowledge. And competitive spirit, जब outsiders will join the organization, the new employees will join the organization, the previous employees, existing employees will work with the competitive spirit. उनको ये होगा कि now हम इनसे अच्छा करके दिखाएंगे, right? Then the demerits of the external recruitment. First demerit is morale of existing employees goes down. जब आप बाहर से employees को hire करते हो बच्चे, तो जो internal employees होते हैं उनको लगता है हमें भी तो कैलिबर था, हमारे पास भी तो था विल पावर था काम करने का, why did not company choose us? That means यहाँ पे एक नेगेटिविटी आती है employees के माइंड में, उनका मोरल डाउन होता है. New employees may not adjust. Sometimes new employees may not adjust with the rules and regulations of the organization, and there may be frequent turnover of the employees, right? Then it is expensive. How? Because we have to follow the full process of staffing. Then we have to provide them training also. That will involve high expenses. It is quite lengthy process. So sometimes companies avoid this also when vacancies are limited, right? These are the points of demerits of external recruitment. Now, common methods of external recruitment. The first method is direct recruitment. बच्चे, under direct recruitment, required employees notice as per the qualification is fixed on the gate of the office or factory or workshop. People reading that note will interested in the job will come in for the walk-in interview, and usually these job positions are sweeper, pune etc. That means बच्चे जो भी हमारी requirement है हम अपने फैक्ट्री गेट के बाहर पेपर पे फिक्स करके उसको पेस्ट कर देते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू रिक्वायरमेंट. लोग वहाँ से पढ़ते हुए जो भी पासर्स बाय होते हैं दे रीड द नोट, और अगर उनको दे आर नीडी दे विल कम इनसाइड फॉर वॉक इन इंटरव्यू, राइट. देन वी हैव कैजुअल कॉलर्स. बच्चे जब आपको रिक्रूटमेंट में मैंने बताया कि बहुत सारी एप्लीकेशंस कम फॉर द जॉब, बट हम अकॉर्डिंग टू द क्वालिफिकेशन चूज़ करते हैं. सो व्हाट हैपन, जो एप्लीकेशंस हमारी क्वालिफिकेशन और रिक्वायरमेंट के अकॉर्डिंगली सूटेबल नहीं होती हम उसकी एक सेपरेट फाइल मेंटेन कर लेते हैं, राइट. एंड वेन एवर देयर इज़ एनी वैकेंसी हम उस फाइल में से कैंडिडेट्स को रिक्वायर्ड कैंडिडेट्स को पॉइंट आउट करते हैं. सो व्हाट हैपन्स इफ देयर इज कि पेंडिंग एप्लीकेशंस हम उनको निकालते हैं, सूटेबल कैंडिडेट्स को उनको सिलेक्ट करते हैं, उनको चूज़ करते हैं फॉर द इंटरव्यूज़. सो दिस इज़ कॉल्ड कैजुअल कॉलर्स बिकॉज उन्हें हमने पहले वेटिंग लिस्ट में रखा था, राइट. Then is advertising. The most common and popular method of external recruitment is advertisement. Advertisement can be given in the journal. देखो it depends upon the position. According to the position, अगर बच्चे आपकी position जो है accountant की position है तो आप chartered accountant journal में requirement दोगे. अगर आपकी कोई unskilled lower level की है आप local newspaper में, regional newspaper में दे सकते हो. अगर आपकी high level की job position है managerial level की, then you will give a vacancy position in information in the reputed newspaper like Hindustan Times, Times of India, like this. So this is the next method of external recruitment. Then you have employment exchange. Employment exchange are the government institutions run by the government. They act as the middleman between the job seekers and the companies who require workers to work in the organization. The job seekers give their biodatas in the exchange, employment exchange, and when the companies submit their requirements to the exchange only, and when there is requirement in the company the suitable candidates biodata will be sent to the company by these government exchanges, right. Then is placement agencies and management consultant. The working is same like government exchange, employment exchange, but these are the private companies. Government exchange जो employment exchange था बच्चे, that was run by the government, public sector था, and the private agencies जो हैं these are the private sector agencies. So again यहाँ पे again ऐसे ही है बच्चे, the job seekers will give their applications to the employment exchange, the management consultants or the agencies, and the companies will give their requirement of the employees according to the suitability of the qualification. The biodata will be sent to the companies and they will charge commission in return. Then we have campus recruitment. Campus recruitment में बच्चे what happens, the senior managers of the organization they visit the professional institutions, colleges, technical institutions, and they get the fresh graduates or people with the latest technological know-how for their organization. Basically this is common for engineering, computer programming, MBA etc. all these. So यहाँ पे बच्चे tie up होता है organizations में और school colleges और institutes में. जो heads of the companies होते हैं they visit the colleges, they visit the institution, they take the interview of the person of the students and they hire them for their company. And we have lovely professional institute in Jalandhar, so for that also campus recruitment is being followed. Engineering companies के लिए usually campus recruitment is done. Then we have recommendations from the present employees. Sometimes in order to encourage the present employees we ask them to give recommendations regarding their relatives or friends or any other known person to fill up the vacancy, that if they know anyone who can help us in filling the job vacancy we can ask from them to fill up the job vacancy. So what happens in this case is because the employee has a goodwill in the market, company में employee को हम बहुत पुराना जानते हैं तो उसकी goodwill बन जाती है company में. So if the new employee will do something wrong we can ask or we can catch the existing employee for any of the problem being faced by that person because of that person, right. So recommendations from present employees मतलब आपने present employees से कोई recommendations मांगने कि आपका कोई भी family member, friend, relative who can apply for the required job position, please you can ask them. Then we have labor contractors. Labor contractors बच्चे these are the people who keep in touch with the लेबर इन विलेजेस एंड रूरल एरियाज. बेसिकली ऐसी जो हैं वो बच्चे कंस्ट्रक्शन कंपनीज को ज़रूरत पड़ती है या फैक्ट्रीज में जहाँ पे अनस्किल्ड वर्क ज़्यादा होता है. सो व्हाट हैपन्स इज देयर इज़ कि वेन एवर नंबर ऑफ एम्प्लॉयज़ आर रिक्वायर्ड, अनस्किल्ड वर्कर्स आर रिक्वायर्ड, लेबर कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स आर कॉन्टैक्टेड. लेबर कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स immediately call the people in the village or in the rural area to come and work for the for this purpose, and they provide the required number of person at the short notice. Then we have advertisement on television. This is a new trend now that we can apply for the external recruitment can be done with the help of giving advertisement in the news television also. So they telecast the requirement of the job along with the qualification necessary. Then web publishing, you must have seen this, shine.com, monster.com, naukri.com. So like there are certain websites specially designed for this purpose who are joining job seekers and companies together to fill up the vacant job position. So these websites can be visited by job seekers as well as the company. Both can visit these websites, they can get the information, and they can help in fulfilling the recruitment process. So there are 10 sources of external recruitment. These are direct recruitment, casual callers, advertising, employment exchanges, placement agencies and management consultants, campus recruitment, recommendations from present employees, labor contractors, advertising on television, and web publishing. Now, bache, there is difference between internal and external source of recruitment that you are supposed to read of your own, right? So these are the various internal sources: promotion and transfer. And external, I have already taught you there are 10 sources of external recruitment. Now we have selection. What is selection? Selection can be defined as discovering most promising and most suitable candidate to fill up the vacant job position. Now you have to find out the most suitable employee for the organization, who is best suitable for the organization out of the so many applications received. So it begins by screening the application. You have to screen the application. मतलब आपने screening करनी है. जो applications required है उनको रखना है. जो application according to required qualification नहीं है, you will set them aside. In selection, the number of rejected application is generally more than the selected candidate. That is why selection is considered as a negative process. Selection में बच्चे जो number of applications आप reject करते हो ना, that is more than the selected candidates. So हम selection को एक negative process भी बोलते हैं. Recruitment is called a positive process because recruitment में हम बहुत सारे लोगों को invite करते हैं to apply for the job, and selection is known as a negative process because हम selection में maximum applications को reject कर देते हैं because they do not stand fair on our parameters, right? Then we have selection process. Steps in the process of selection. This is also the important step process. The first step is preliminary screening. Preliminary screening means to eliminate the unqualified or misfit candidates based on the information provided by them in the application form. Then is selection test. Once you will do the prelim screening, then you will prefer to have written test to find out the practical knowledge of the candidate, and the type of test basically depends upon the requirement of the organization. There are various types of tests we are going to discuss in next part. After conducting the test, we are having employment interview. The person who will qualify the test, they will be called for the interview, and to conduct the final interview, panel of experts is called. They will accordingly they will ask the questions related to the job to check the professional or specialized knowledge related to job, and accordingly after he will answer the questions, it will be taken the decision whether to select that employee or that employee is suitable for the job or not. The second thing, if in case the candidate has any doubt regarding the job, he can make it clear at the time of interview only. The next thing is checking references and backgrounds. In the application form, the candidate is asked to give information regarding any 2 references. Once he will qualify the interview, he will be asked to we will be checking his background. Background checking की जाएगी बच्चे, that whatever information has been given by that person is fair or not, fair enough or not. उसका working style जो previous company में था, what was the reason that he has left, उसने जो mention किया क्या वही reason था, हम सब चीज़ों को verify करेंगे. And then there will be selection decision. Once the background checking will be done, the person who will pass the test, who will pass the interview and references checks, that person will be included in the selection list and will be the most suitable candidate from the list. Then medical examination, the candidates whose names were there in the list of the selected candidates, then they will be called for the medical examination. Then usually organizations have their own institutions or doctors to do the medical checking, so that there should not be any problem with regard to working with the organization. Then job offer. Once the person will clear the medical test, that person will be given the job offer through the letter of appointment. Details will be given in the letter regarding date of joining, terms and conditions of job, etc. And reasonable time will be given to that person to accept that to join the organization. Then there will be contract of employment. If the candidate will accept the job offer, it refers to the signing the contract. मतलब अगर वो उसको sign कर देता है. So while signing the contract of employment, employer and candidate exchange certain documents. कुछ documents share करते हैं वो आपस में. और बच्चे उसमें क्या क्या बताया जाएगा contract में? They will tell the job duties, their job title, responsibilities, allowances, hours of work, leave rules, disciplinary rules, probation period. Everything will be mentioned in the contract of employment. So in all, there are 8 steps in the selection process. These are prelim screening, selection test, employment interview, checking references and background, then selection decision, medical examination, job offer, contract of employment. But now I will tell you about various types of selection tests that you have to include in the second part only. The first test is intelligence test. Intelligence test, bache, it is done to check the intelligence level of the person, candidate, and it is an indicator of person's ability to take decisions and judgment. जहाँ आपको केस स्टडी में पता लगता है कि हम पर्सन की एबिलिटी टू टेक डिसीजन चेक करना चाहते हैं, दैट मीन्स IQ टेस्ट, इंटेलिजेंस टेस्ट, राइट. देन सेकेंड इज एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट. दिस टेस्ट इज कंडक्टेड टू नो द पोटेंशियल ऑफ लर्निंग न्यू जॉब इन द कैंडिडेट, कि कितना वो न्यू स्किल्स को लर्न करने के लिए रेडी है, हाउ मच रेडी ही इज टू लर्न द न्यू स्किल्स. That test is that test is called aptitude test. Then comes the personality test, जहाँ पे आप person की behavior, how he is going to deal with the emotions, how he is going to deal with the situations, his approach towards life, whether it is positive approach or negative approach, इन सब चीज़ों को आप check करते हो, that is called personality test. Then we have trait test. It is done to check the existing skills of an individual. That means the level of knowledge, proficiency in the area of profession or job he is going to take. That is called trait test. Then the only difference between trait test and aptitude test is, बच्चे trait test में हम existing knowledge को check करते हैं, aptitude test में हम उसकी skills को, ability को देखते हैं कि how ready he is to learn the new job, new skills. Then interest test, कि other than job, in which area, in which field he has interest. Such a test is conducted, questions are being asked, and that test is known as the interest test. So type of test includes intelligence test, aptitude test, personality test, trait test and interest test, and you have to write down all these tests under the heading selection test only, right? Then we have again the scrutiny of application. You can see here, you will how you will be conducting the selection process. Preliminary interviews okay, then you will go for the test. Agar interview is no, prelim screening is not okay, then simply reject the application. If test is okay, you will call for the interview. If interview is not okay, then reject the application. If interview is okay, then you will check the references. References are okay, then fine, you will move to the next step of selection, otherwise rejection. Selection के बाद medical test, medical test के बाद medical test is okay, then job offer not okay, reject the application, and then finally you will provide the employment contract. Then there is difference between recruitment and selection that you have to do yourself. Next point is, bache, last topic is training and development. What is training? What is development? Now we will be doing this. What is training? Training means equipping the employees with required skills to perform the job. मतलब आपको job से related जब हम skills learn करवाते हैं, that is called training. The candidates are sent for training so that they can perform the job in the expected manner. हम training के लिए देते हैं कि हम जो हम काम करवाना चाहते हैं, जिस way में कराना चाहते हैं, the employees should learn that in the same way. What is development? Development means overall growth of the employees, full growth of the employee, and focuses on personal growth as well as successful development. बच्चे मतलब development जो है, it includes training as well as other aspect, job related as well as other aspects. जहाँ personality की बात होगी, that will be development aspect, right? So training जो है, it is a narrow concept, development is a wider concept. Then we have need for training. Why we need training? There are two types of benefits. One is for the organization, one is for the employees. So first of all, we'll do for the organization. Benefits of training and development programs for organization. First is reduced learning time. If the employee will be trained, he will take less time in learning the job, and there will be less wastage of resources and productivity will increase. Second is better performance. If employee will be trained, he will give better performance, his experience of working will be improved, and his performance and efficiency level will also be improved. Attitude formation. Training and development से बच्चे attitude form होते हैं, so that they can develop positive attitude toward the organization and they should be ready to cooperate with the employees. Helps in solving operational problems. Training से you learn how to solve the problems while doing the work. अगर machinery में कोई problem आती है, how it will be solved. So during working, many problems are being faced by the employees. Training helps the employees to solve those problems. Managing manpower needs. Some organization have specialized techniques of production and the ready staff is not available. So with the help of training, untrained employees को हम hire करते हैं, उन्हें training provide करते हैं and we tell them how to use the resources. Helps in adapt changes. Yes, employees are not always ready to adapt the changes, so training helps the employees to adapt the changes easily. Then we have benefits of training from the point of view of employees. The first is better career option. Obviously, improved skill, improved knowledge will help them in improving their career options also. Earning more, if your performance will be improved with the help of training, you will be able to earn more income. Boost up the morale of employees. बच्चे जब हम ट्रेनिंग करते हैं, we learn the things, हमारा efficiency level बढ़ता है, हमारा confidence भी develop होता है कि हम और अच्छे से work कर सकते हैं. And less chances of accidents because you have learned how to operate the machineries. So these are the benefits of training and development to employees. Then the difference between training and development, you have to read of your own. Difference between training, development, education, you have to read of your own. Now we have the last concept. This is methods of training. There are two methods of training: on the job training method, off the job training method. The first method is on the job training method. Under on the job training method, employees are being trained while performing the job. काम करते करते they are being provided the training. It is suitable for technical jobs because वो technically machinery को कैसे deal करना है, they should learn at the same time. Employees learn practical problems while working on the job. And major disadvantage of this is wastage of resources because जब वो learn करते हैं उन्हें आता नहीं है काम, so there may be wastage of resources and this is not suitable if you are working on the expensive and sophisticated machinery because machinery खराब हो जाएगी, then you need to take another kind of machinery again, दोबारा purchase करना पड़ेगा. So in that case on the job training method is avoided. Then is off the job training method. It means training the employees, taking away from the workplace. आप work से उनको break देते हो and then you take them away from the workplace and provide them training. And it is suitable for managerial job positions like work conferences, seminars are being held for training the managers. We have common techniques of on the job training method. There are three techniques. These are apprenticeship training program, internship and induction. So I'll explain you one by one. Apprenticeship program. Under apprenticeship program training method, the workers seeking to enter skilled jobs, they are sent for apprenticeship training. जिन्होंने skill work सीखना है बच्चे. So what happens here? A master worker is appointed who guides the learner regarding the skill. Master worker will perform the job, learner will observe him while performing the job. Slowly धीरे धीरे जब उसको observe करते करते सीखना शुरू हो जाएगा, the learner will perform the job and master worker will observe him और जहाँ पे वो गलती करेगा उसको pinpoint किया जाएगा. And afterwards, when the learner will become expert in the job, he will be left left alone to perform the job independently. This is called apprenticeship training. Usually basic examples are plumbers, electricians. अगर आप देखोगे उनके साथ helpers होते हैं, they used to observe them how they are working. और एक बार जब वो observe करते हैं, बार बार उनको काम करते देखते हैं, then they start working of their own. Then is internship training. Internship basically it is the agreement between professional institutes and corporate sector where professional institutes send their students to various companies so that they can practice the theoretical knowledge whatever they have acquired in the college or institution and उसको प्रैक्टिकली यूटिलाइज करके देखें. सो द पीपल द कंपनी के लिए बेनिफिट है, कंपनी विल गेट द फ्रेश आइडियाज़ एंड लेटेस्ट नॉलेज एंड कंपनी हैज़ टू पे लेस लिमिटेड सैलरी टू देम एंड दिस सैलरी इज़ नोन एज स्टाइपेंड. जब हम इंटर्न्स लेकर आते हैं सो वी प्रोवाइड देम स्टाइपेंड विद वेरी लिमिटेड सैलरी. एंड यूजुअली अगर आपने इसमें देखा हो तो हॉस्पिटल्स में जो नर्सिज होती हैं और जो वार्ड बॉयज़ होते हैं दे आर इंटर्न्स जो लर्न करते हैं स्किल्स को, उनकी स्टाइपेंड लिमिटेड होता है एंड दे कम फॉर प्रैक्टिकल ट्रेनिंग. देन वी हैव इंडक्शन और द orientation training. Induction or orientation is a process of receiving and welcoming an employee when he first joined the company. जब employee join करता है company को, उसको welcome करने के लिए orientation program और induction training is conducted. And basically बच्चे this training helps the employee to settle down in the organization and help him to start the work easily. Main purpose of induction is employee should feel at home and he should develop a feeling of independency. He should develop a feeling of belongingness with the organization. So what are the objectives of induction training? Help newcomer to overcome his shyness, to build up confidence of new employee, to develop a sense of belongingness and loyalty, to develop cordial relationship between new and existing employee, to ensure newcomer form don't form negative attitude towards the company, and to provide necessary information about the location of washroom, rest period, criteria, cafeteria, leave rules, etc. That means with the help of induction training बच्चे हम न्यूकमर को शाइनेस रिमूव करने में हेल्प करते हैं, उसे कॉन्फिडेंस डेवलप कराते हैं, उसको ये फील कराते हैं यस दिस इज़ योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. एक हेलो हाई इंट्रोडक्शन प्रोग्राम कराते हैं सो दैट ही शुड बी फेमिलियर विद द प्रीवियस एग्जिस्टिंग एम्प्लॉयज़ ऑल्सो. एंड सेकेंडली उसको ये सब पता होना चाहिए कि रेस्ट रूम कहाँ है, कैफेटेरिया कहाँ है, लंच का ब्रेक कब मिलता है, लीव रूल क्या है हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, सो डैट जब उसको कहीं भी इन चीज़ों की ज़रूरत पड़े तो उसको अनकम्फर्टेबिलिटी ना हो. सो व्हाट आर द बेसिक इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम से बच्चे क्या इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलती है एम्प्लॉयज़ को? ब्रीफ हिस्ट्री एंड ऑपरेशन ऑफ द कंपनी, product and services of the company, company's organizational structure, rules, regulation, policies and procedures, responsibilities and authorities of employees, suggestion scheme, disciplinary procedures, grievances procedure and safety rules, terms and conditions of services like wages, working hours, holidays, etc., opportunities for training, promotion, transfer, etc. So employee get information about all these points, right? So there are three main methods of on-the-job training method: apprenticeship training, internship or induction or orientation. So last concept बच्चे, main technique of off the job training method. Off the job training is vestibule school only. Vestibule school means बच्चे duplicate model of organization. मतलब हम किसी भी चीज़ का duplicate dummy model बनाते हैं. Basically when we are working on expensive and delicate machineries, the employers avoid giving on the job training, because अगर हम on the job training देंगे तो मशीनरी को लॉस होगा, मशीनरी डैमेज होगी, हमें दोबारा है मशीनरी परचेज करनी पड़ेगी, दैट मीन्स उसको रिपेयर भी कराना पड़ेगा, दैट मीन्स इंक्लूडिंग लॉट ऑफ एक्सपेंसेस. सो व्हाट वी डू, वी मेक अ डमी मॉडल ऑफ मशीनरी and we provide training to the employees on that. Basic example बच्चे वेस्टिब्यूल स्कूल का है, like for the job of accountant. जब हम accountant hire करते हैं हम उसको original register देने के लिए बजाय एक dummy register provide करते हैं which is similar to the original register. He makes entries on that dummy register. Once he learns the work, then he starts writing on the original register. अब इसका एक और कॉमन एग्जाम्पल, लाइक जब हम ड्राइविंग स्कूल में लर्निंग करते हैं ड्राइविंग की, तो वी आर बीइंग गिवन फॉर द डमी सिमुलेटर प्रोवाइड किया जाता है जिसके ऊपर हम ड्राइविंग सीखते हैं, हम स्टीयरिंग होता है, सब कुछ होता है, ब्रेक होता है, एक बस सामने रोड एक्चुअल नहीं होती, मशीन स्टैंड वही है, बस उसकी स्क्रीन पे हमारी मूवमेंट हो रही है. सो वी आर लर्निंग ऑन दैट इज़ वेस्टिब्यूल स्कूल ऑफ द जॉब ट्रेनिंग मैथड. सो दिस वॉज ऑल अबाउट द training, and by this we are done with the chapter staffing. Read the chapter, clear your doubts and take care.